Kebajai for Notre Dame to take the tip. On the other side will be Titus Wright. And the Broncos win the tip to start the night.
Notre Dame man-to-man to start with.
White off to Hubbard. White pulls up from beyond the arc.
There you see an offensive rebound.
Hubbard cashes in. Exactly that. Both these two teams strong in offensive rebounds.
Absolutely. And if you look at the background of Western Michigan, Coach Stevens coming from where? Michigan State. And you think about rebounding when you think of Tom Izzo's teams.
Burton drives in, kicks off. Taking a look at the starting five for Notre Dame. This will be their third lineup combo of the year with Kebajai in it for the third time as well, working back from the injury suffered in the preseason.
Yeah, you know, he's just still getting in game shape right now. Plus, he's wearing a brace on that shooting hand, which has got to be a challenge for him. And you'd like to see him be able to be more of a finisher inside for Notre Dame here tonight.
Redo the throw-in, and here's Western Michigan's starting lineup. This is their fifth time rolling out this combo, and something that Coach Stevens talked to us about, trying to get consistency from his team.
And we're off to a great start here, really trying to establish, you know, the inside offensive rebound and a drop into the post.
Broncos leading 4-0 here early on this Tuesday night. Esney.
Notre Dame needs to space the floor to allow some driving and kicking.
Roper tries to drive in. Esney goes to the basket and gets the roll. And something that Coach talked to us about was keeping it simple. That is what J.R. Konieczny is doing so well for the Irish.
He's attacking the rim when it's open. If not, he's going to kick it back out. If he's open for a three, he's going to take it. And he's simplified his game. I think a lot of players probably wish they could do the same thing. The more you can simplify the game, the better you're going to be. And again, the ball attacking the rim, getting another high percentage shot for Western Michigan.
Seth Hubbard attacking the rim there. Burton from beyond the arc hits the three.
And that's a really good sign from the freshman that, you know, it's a tough gig to be able to do a great job of playing defense at the college level and being able to shoot well from the three-point line.
Opsinger brings out to the top of the key. Taylor Cruz Monegro. White goes driving in, makes contact.
That's just been the chemistry so far for Western Michigan, is getting the ball inside and attacking the basket. Great start for Western.
Davis sees the lane, gets fouled, count it.
Wow, that is a great way to attack the basket there. And again, those are the things that he has been doing so well the last three games.
Davis, 27 points over the last two games. Transferred in from Seton Hall. Once again, part of this young roster for this Irish team. And something that Coach mentioned, starting to get their legs under them a little bit.
They really are. You know, the thing that the Irish have done very well is defended very well. And the offense will come along in time, but it takes a little bit more time. The timing of the players, the development of their skills, it takes more time than just playing hard defensively.
Notre Dame only averaging 61.9 points per game so far in the young season. Hubbard from the baseline flies it over. Roper is there.
Great defensive effort on a double team on the baseline.
Davis to the basket and lays it in.
He's taken off just where he left off the last game. He's attacking the basket more, not just settling. And he's so athletic and long, he can do a lot of damage when he gets to the rim.
Right with the hook, rattles around. What a job from Titus Wright.
Yeah, he has been really tough here at the beginning, getting the ball exactly where he wants, and it sure shows that he's got great touch on that jump hook.
Titus Wright's been in 50% from the field in every game except the first game versus North Dakota State.
And he's And, you know, you look at what makes you a successful player, attacking the basket. And again, here's a baseline drive, using his body and using his length, and then putting up a swap with his left hand.
Foul called against Wright.
Nice cut.
Goes in and gets fouled.
Again, the message has been really clear. You know, attack the basket, good things happen. And Davis has got that message. I'm going hard to the rim tonight. And, you know, when you do that as a player, you're going to get your team at the free throw line. And, you know, the more you get to the free throw line, the better your team's going to be, and you're going to create foul trouble.
Davis able to make the first. Coach Markus Shrewsberry in his first year here inside Purcell Pavilion brings a lot of experience over from both the NBA ranks and in the collegiate.
Yeah, and I asked him today, grade your team, and I said, I know one thing, Coach, you're a hard grader. And so, you know, he gave him a grade, I gave him a grade. I think we finally negotiated that the grade's a lot better than the coach wanted. They're playing very solid.
Advocate for the student athletes over there, Coach.
Yes, I am. Now that I'm not coaching anymore, I'm going to give them the break.
Finals coming up for both these two schools. They'll have finals next week. Slow up a little bit. Only having one game between the two of them. Wright flies one over, hits rim, goes out of bounds. Wow. Take us to our first media break. Notre Dame leading by 1. And that's what showdown here on this Tuesday night. The helm of the Broncos, but really grew in the ranks at Michigan State.
19 years. 19 years at Michigan State. And, you know, you have to say, well, why would you leave? But I think every coach that's an assistant finds himself in a situation, what's next? You know, I think that Western Michigan, you keep your eye on that. That's a program that he fell in love with, meeting with the AD. And they got a steal when they got this guy to come to Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Told us it was a love story as soon as he met his AD and knew this was the place for him.
And going right inside, isolating Davis.
Davis trying to go up.
Yeah.
Can't finish. White trying to push the pace. Up to Hubbard from beyond the arc. Shrewsberry loses it, but Davis will be out of bounds.
You know, they're just always around the basket. The shot goes, just see a lot of brown jerseys getting to the rim, and that you've got to go back as a player and keep contact with your opponent before you go to the defensive glass.
Hubbard, straight from the inbound, off the iron. Burton will bring it up, set the offense.
Good spacing by the Irish. Going to allow the drive.
Drives in, kicks out. Shrewsberry for 3.
You know, as a point guard, Burton's been asked to score a lot early, but now you can see him becoming a complete player by finding the open man, attacking the basket, kicking out, and getting his teammates open. That's what you want a point guard to do.
Coach Shrewsberry talked about it to us earlier today at shoot-around, where you opened it up, where he started with 29 points with the freshman record, but then has somewhat quieted his scoring, but understanding he's becoming more of a traditional point guard, dishing it out.
Yes, and he's taking care of the basketball and he's understanding his role. And, you know, the game will come to him as time allows.
Shrewsberry for another 3. He knocks it down.
Wow. That's a great start for the freshman to come in here off the bench and knock in 2 big three-point shots.
It's a big 3.
You know, if you're a point guard, you got to be able to do a lot of different things. And here's a great drive to the hole, and then finding that man, the opposite wing, and, you know, a classmate, they know each other, and he made a perfect pass, looking all the way for a kick out for a 3. That's just being a complete point guard right there.
In the air, coach, getting it done as well.
Yeah, and then here again, just keeps the ball alive, finds his teammate again, another 3. And I think that all starts with a mentality that I'm going to distribute the ball, just not think about going to the rim.
Burton coming in at averaging 3.5 assists per game. One of the top on this Irish team. Started to pick it up like we've talked about and seeing his role more as a distributor rather than a scorer.
And the Irish have been looking for more production at the offensive end. And, you know, I think that's been the focus here the last 2 weeks by the coaching staff.
Loose. Anna comes down with it. Lobsinger.
Again, another offensive rebound that, you know, Western Michigan's going to look to take advantage of every opportunity. They look at a miss as a pass to themselves. It's amazing how they go to the glass.
And then a call for Booth to come over, set the screen.
Yeah.
That'll be an offensive foul called against Carrie Booth. But Lobsinger getting it done beyond the arc.
Yeah, you're going to keep the ball alive, get the offensive rebound here, then be able to kick it to the baseline. You know, that's the shot that's, you're going to play horse on that one. He's going to knock that in a lot. Got another one.
Lobsinger feeling hot, has it roll around. Booth can't come down with it. Roper is there, though. Booth. Roper. Shrewsberry tries to track it down. Go the Broncos' way.
Both teams using a lot of bench play so far, which, you know, you can see as you look at their stats, they're playing a lot more people, going 8 deep on both sides here in the first half.
So far, Notre Dame only one they're able to reap benefits from the bench as they have 6 bench points to Broncos, none.
And that isn't that freshman, number 11 there, Shrewsberry, that hit 2 big threes. Wright is back in. Let's see if they go back inside to him.
Monegro is driving in. Loose. Imes comes down with it. Picks it up. Pass it off to Jai. From the baseline, spinning. Be a 3-second call against Roper. Got stuck in the wrong position.
For people that haven't watched or paid much attention to Western Michigan, this is a team that went up to Chicago and lost by 4.
Yeah.
Lost by 4, 21 plus turnovers, and they only got beat by, and we know what Northwestern did with Purdue last week, so this team has a lot of people that can play.
Foul called against Julian Roper. His first, it'll be 2 free throws to come, and Western Michigan lost 63-59 back on November 14th. That was a game that Coach Stevens felt like had stuff moving in the right direction, and they go to the Emerald Coast Classic. They show a lot of signs of it. Then somewhat fell apart against St. Thomas on Friday and wants to try and get it back today.
And, you know, a lot of times as a coach, you're dealing with other things, and one of the things they're dealing with is injuries. And, you know, you lose your point guard, the motor of your team, and all of a sudden you're trying to have other people step up, and that takes time to get that changed.
Davis comes down with a rebound. Brennan Mutu.
And this is the other thing that Davis can do for his team. He can be at the point, a large, big point guard that gives them another playmaker on the perimeter.
Guy on the top of the key. Give it off to Imes.
I have to get a shot up here.
1 second left on the shot clock. Davis trying to drive in. It's a shot clock violation. Broncos bench happy with it. Notre Dame leading by 3. Western Michigan keeping it tight here on this Tuesday night. This is a young team.
It really is. You know, you got 4 freshmen out there most of the time, and people don't realize that, what that means. You know, you got transfers, you got freshmen, you got walk-ons, you got a whole mixture of people that you're trying to learn their names. And so it's going to take time for those young people to learn the game and to focus on what it takes to play at the college level at a high Power 5 school.
Talked about that focus on that shot clock violation to get us into the media break, Coach.
Focus is a skill set, just like dribbling or shooting. You got to be focused on what you're doing out on the floor, what the scouting report says.
Ron will slow it down. Davis on the top of the wing. Esney all the way to the corner. Thought about a three.
Irish looking inside. They really don't have anything. Again, they're down on the shot clock.
Davis, spin move, brings it to the basket.
And that was close. But a great awareness of the shot clock and knowing that he had to get to the rim. I am impressed, though, with Western Michigan going to the glass. But, you know, as you recognize the situation, you got to have somebody on the floor that's going to say, okay, time's running out. I got to get to the rim. And here's a great example of getting to the rim, getting a bucket to your team when they desperately need a score and a possession.
Davis brings in some experience, transferred in from Seton Hall, averaged 13.4 minutes a game last year for the Pirates.
And he's got a lot of skill. He can get places and finish, and right there is a great interior pass that he can make. He's really a power point man in many ways.
Send a giant to the line to shoot two. After the personal foul, Marquis Strickland will be his first.
And it's good for the Irish to have a big back. You know, the rotations are so much different now where you can rotate three bigs. And, you know, they missed his presence early in the year. And he's going to keep getting better, too. You know, it's a process, and he's going to continue to, as he logs more minutes and gets more touches, he's going to feel a lot more comfortable around the rim.
And the only player to come with Coach Shrewsberry from Penn State, having played for Shrewsberry last year, transfer from PSU. Negro. Left to right. Outside the paint, trying to back in Jai. Tries to go up strong off the iron. Loose ball underneath. Whistle will come. It's out of bounds and will go Notre Dame's way. No one could really tie it up to force a jump ball. Saw the fight there.
Yeah,
and it's a fight for every rebound.
It is, and I've been really watching what Western Michigan does. They do an amazing job of getting position before the shot goes up. Their weak side board people are getting bodies on people, and so that's a secret. If you want to become a very good rebounder, you got to get position before your teammate takes a shot.
Got to find the other player, make sure you feel him out, box out.
That's exactly right. And they play physical.
Right there, both these two teams stacking up pretty evenly, back at the top three in their conference in offensive rebounds, while Notre Dame 7th in the ACC in defensive rebounds. Proves to be a great fight.
Yeah,
the other side of the court.
Who can win the battle on the boards and who can make the most threes. It's going to be a game.
Davis kicks out. Roper thought about it. 1 second. Rattles around, but foul will be called off ball.
Wow, I'm surprised. That could have went either way. But again, the presence of mind of knowing what's on the shot clock. You've got to be able to recognize that earlier and get a quality shot, not a Hail Mary.
Foul called against Jai, his first, Notre Dame's third of this first half. White. Pick. Davis comes down with the rebound.
And this is a playmaker as a power point guard, as I talked before, that can really break people down.
And Esney from beyond the arc gets fouled, will shoot three. It'll be a foul on number 3 for the Broncos team. The artist White is second.
And you know, the thing about it, he's just playing hard J.R. Knesny. He's learned his role extremely well, and he's been patient here at Notre Dame. He was a red shirt as a sophomore, but now you can just tell the game has slowed down, and he understands his role.
Jabarius White missed all of last year and has started to work himself back into this lineup, trying to be a key contributor. And for him, someone that coach really looks to.
Yes.
A career high 8 field goals to net 20 points in the season opener. So started after missing the entire season off with a bang and really starting to find his feet again.
Well, he adds length to a program. You know, as a wing at 6'7", he can get off threes like you just saw there, but he also has the ability to get it to the rim and finish.
Esney, second.
Box set here by Western Michigan.
Hannah from beyond the arc. Dashes home a 3.
And that's great defense. I mean, that's great defense and better offense. And sometimes, you know, as a coach, you got to just, you know, move on to the next play, because that was very solid at both ways, offensively and defensively.
Burton season opening goes under with for the layup.
Got another gear. He just got a God-given another gear that a lot of people do not see or recognize to get on the floor.
They're going to look back on this Javon Hannah 3.
Yeah, I mean, here's just a great look, hand in the face. You know, you got all those things, and then again, the Mr. Creator that can get past people, start on the left side, finishes on the right side. That's pretty special and hard to do.
Both sides showing off here. This Midwest rivalry game. Whistle will come. Another foul will be called against another foul called against Kerry Booth, his 3rd already here in this game.
Wow.
Down finally comes. Hannah pulls up, contested again. This time, another offensive rebound for the Broncos. Hubbard looking to fly it over. Zona picks it. Shrewsberry.
Great ball fake. Great ball fake.
Mid-range jumper. Pump fake, coach.
Yep, I love it. You know, as a coach, you just teach it, teach it, teach it. A ball fake will set you up for, you know, one step and a nice pull-up jump shot. And that's missing in the game. And I think that ball fake will set up a lot of good things for those young people out here watching this game. Ball fake, practice it. Make that fake look like a shot.
Arrow out to Hubbard. Hubbard floats it to the rack, can't get it. Booth down with the rebound.
Notre Dame looking to push it.
Barry has it tipped away. Goes out of bounds. Go the other way. Braeden Shrewsberry. Shrewsberry staying hot tonight. Leading the team with 8 points. And it's this mid-range jumper off the Michigan State, calling himself almost the mid-major Michigan State.
Well, that's who you are. That's who he's been. You think about it. He's been right beside, sitting beside Tom Izzo for 19 years. So what's going to happen? They want to run, transition. That's Michigan State. They're going to go on the boards. We've seen that. And they're going to defend. So those are the things that this team's going to continue to get better at as he builds this program.
Travel called.
And you think about Coach Shrewsberry, he's saying the same thing. We're going to build this from the bottom up. We're going to build this team by defending first, finding grit, playing mentally tough, and the rest of it's going to come into place as we grow and develop.
Pulls off the screen. See Kerry Booth wide open in the corner. Kerry Booth.
Again, that's a great find in the dead corner. And Booth has that great stroke from behind the 3-point line.
Anna. Back off to Hubbard. Agro trying to drive in, sees nothing. Zona's all over it.
Yeah.
Burton tips it away.
You know, again, we've talked about a point guard being able to do different things. But again, here he goes all the way across the opposite side of the floor. You know, those are just a great vision. He's looking up, he's finding open people, and the results are open threes.
Burton picked up his 3rd assist of the night so far on that one. Booth will take a seat. Strickland trying to get by Roper.
Again, they're on the glass. Open.
Davis sets it down.
You know, when you attack the glass as Western Michigan does so well, it does open up transition easy baskets, and that was a great example there where everybody was hard on the glass, no one was back, and got an easy transition basket.
Just bash on the other side of Monegro.
Great pull-up, and he's had a really solid year so far for the Broncos.
Called him a natural leader for this team.
And you got, even though he's young and the team's young, you got to have leaders on the floor at all times.
Only a sophomore too, which he emulates. Just has that natural leadership tendencies.
Yes.
Majai. Got to go off the iron.
I think a really critical spot here for the Broncos. You've got 5 minutes to go and see how you can create some offense.
Gets fouled, and will go to the line. That's how you create offense, Coach.
That is. And coming up there with his left hand and knocking in with his left hand. You know, again, just made a really good, strong move over the extension of the defense. Again, off the glass with the left hand. Just a nice look.
Well,
and we've talked about Davis.
I think we have, Coach.
I think we have.
But I think you need to talk about the exclamation mark you put
Yeah,
on.
I think he can wear out a rim real quick, but, you know, he can get up off the floor quick. It's not how high a person jumps. It's how quick they get off the floor. Davis has got that additional sprint that he can get off the floor and get to the rim so quick.
Have a little bit of court maintenance. After a little bit of blood got on the court. Both coaches using it. A little bit of timeout here. Coach Shrewsberry already breaking out the whiteboard, drawing up a play.
He's got to use every minute he has. You know, as a coach, that's what you want to do. This is a freebie, so he's got to go through what they're going to look at for their next set. You know, they know they got one free throw here by the Broncos, and then here's what we're going to run with this group of really almost 4 guards in the lineup.
Jai was called on the foul. Now Burton back to the line to finally shoot it. He makes it.
And that was a big possession for Western Michigan to get that 3-point play and not get past 10 points here in the first half.
So back off to Imes. Shrewsberry for 3. Can't get it. Negro comes down with the rebound. Negro down to Burton. Burton trying to post up Zona.
Good closeout by the Irish.
Burton deep.
Transition here. The Irish really need to continue to work on their spacing and their half-court offense. That's going to open up opportunities to get to the rim or knock in threes.
Imes in the corner, 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Roper got happy feet and gets called for the travel. Bring us to the final media timeout of this first half. Notre Dame leading by 10, but Western Michigan starting to pick it up for Coach Shrewsberry. First Mr. Indiana basketball for in a long time, third in Notre Dame history.
Yes, you know, to get a kid that's committed to the school, no matter who's the coach, says a lot about Markus Burton as a person. And he is a great find, and he has really, to me, excelled so far, coming in here as a freshman point guard, being Mr. Basketball, and that's additional pressure, and he's handled every bit of it.
But then also, you have to add on the pressure of playing in your backyard. Mishawaka guy, and stays to play in South Bend for his college career after growing up watching Notre Dame. That's got to add a little bit more pressure as well.
It is. You can't go anywhere. You can't go to the mall without somebody saying, "Hey, that's Markus Burton," you know. And all his friends, you know, went tickets and all those things that come with being a hometown kid.
Shrewsberry's starting to become a hometown kid here tonight. Another deep three. 11 points for the freshman.
Yeah, he's had a really good. I think he feels more comfortable right now coming off the bench. And I think as a coach's son, sometimes as a freshman, it's challenging. Everybody knows that your dad's the coach, but be able to come off the bench, watch a little bit, and then move from there is usually a good sign. Now I know why he's such a great percentage shooter, because he gets to the rim so well.
Titus Wright. Big pickup there for the Broncos. Air ball comes from JR.
Yeah, you know, if you can get the ball inside to a big and they're physical, look at it. Nice touch, nothing but net. And again, the bench, having somebody come off the bench and get some offense, and that's exactly what you want from your freshman guard, coming in and knocking down some open looks and having a really solid first half.
Hannah takes the contact, lays it in.
As a coach, you want to finish strong, and if you're Western Michigan, you're thinking, hey, let's cut into this lead and get it down to 5 before half.
Davis stuck underneath. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Messing sees an opening.
Got to put it up.
3 seconds. Left open, can't get it. Loose and finally brought down and up to Hannah. Driving in was Hubbard.
There's no quit in the Broncos, and you can tell that toughness. You know, 3 minutes ago, they could have been down 15, and now they continue to pursue, continue to defend, continue to do things, and again, that's part of the culture that Coach Stevens wants to create here at Western Michigan.
Goes to the line, only a 66% free throw shooter, misses the first there.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how it always baffled me as a coach when you had somebody who could step out and shoot threes and knock them in and go to the free throw line and struggle.
But take Hubbard, for example, averaging 15.7 points per game, which is 10th in the MAC, and he's getting it done from beyond the arc, has a 37.5% percentage from beyond the three, but yet at the free throw line, just around 66%.
And there's that focus word again. I'm convinced that it's a focus thing. It's a confidence thing. It's going through routine and making sure that you use the same mental focus from that 15-foot line. Great offensive rebound.
Big board turns to big points.
Yes. Easiest way to score in basketball is offensive rebounds.
Wright hooks it, and another one. High percentage shots.
Yeah,
Titus Wright.
Yeah, he's got great touch around the basket, great size.
Thought about it. Deep. Burton loses it to Hannah. Natural contact, though.
Don't want to get a cheap foul here, and I think he's a little frustrated because he got fouled. Burton got fouled on the drive, no call. Now you're gonna put somebody at the free throw line.
Titus Wright, though, in the paint.
Yeah, he loves the paint, doesn't he? I mean, this big guy can finish, and using the glass, going to his left shoulder and using the glass is pretty special in point-blank range for him.
in the bonus as Monegro misses. Now under a minute left in this first half.
Key possession here.
Booth thought about it. Burton loses it. And picks it up off the floor. Monegro driving in. Count it.
Talked about the importance of finishing strong at the half. I think the last 2 minutes of every half is critical. And you have seen the Broncos respond in a huge way.
Timeout on the floor. Take a look. This is just transition basketball.
Yeah.
This is that Michigan State thumbprint.
Yeah, and it feeds off of things that coaches hate to see, turnovers. It's very hard to defend turnovers. You know, you can defend a lot of things, a lot of sets, but you go back-to-back turnovers, and now you're giving the opponents a chance to get down the floor quickly, looking for those things that resemble Michigan State, and that's exactly the formula that Western Michigan wants to have throughout this game.
Yeah, and for this Western Michigan team, they got a little bit
Holy cow.
Across the board. They got 3 guys on their roster with Canadian ties.
Absolutely. They just don't play hockey up there. They've got basketball, and they've got very good basketball. And you see here that these 3 kids have moved south, but they didn't have to go to the warm weather. They just went to, Michigan, so they could still get used to the cold weather and play hoops.
Negro, those stars from the north for this Broncos team. Will make it. Cutting into that lead here, Coach.
10 or 12, and now it's back to 5. That's exactly what we talked about early. If you get it down to 5, you're feeling really good going into the half.
10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Booth has a rattle around, can't have it come down. And this, they'll hold for it.
Shot. Yeah, they're going to take the last shot here. What a big possession here. Could cut it down to, a one-possession game basically with a 3 or a bucket.
Be a foul, and Coach Shrewsberry not happy with it. It'll be called against Markus Burton, his 3rd.
Yeah, that's again, these are things that, again, we've talked about with a young team. Focus. You've got to stay focused. When you're up 10, that's the time that you want to try to put somebody away on your home floor. And because of the lack of focus, there's been turnovers, bad shots, and the Broncos have taken advantage of all of that.
Negro is the first. Big here. Make this second one.
They're going to go right into a transition look here for Notre Dame to get a quick shot up here with less than 8 seconds.
Burton brings it across half court. Burton. Roper now. With time expiring, count it. Julian Roper sends one home and hits a dagger. Get the Irish heading into the locker room leading. Burton starts it off with the Irish, a 6-point lead starting this second half. Aaron tries to force it down low to Jai. Travels around and finds its hands into the Broncos.
Ball was up high, catchable pass, but just wasn't quite ready for it. Another turnover by Notre Dame.
Negro on the right. Negro underneath, tries to force it back up, but Titus Wright is there.
Again, you can just see the ability to get to the offensive boards. And, this has been a key factor the whole game, and that's exactly what Western Michigan wants to do, play the Irish really physical inside.
Right down low, up against Wright, tries to do Wright's own hook move. Derek Nesney with a heads-up high IQ play. Quick conversation being had by the officials. Is he in bounds still? appears to be, Coach.
Yeah, I think they got it right. You know, again, those are things JR just hung around, and you just got to give your team an extra possession, and you never know, that extra possession could be the difference in the game.
Roper inbounds to Burton.
Reset here with 15 on shot clock.
Shot clock violation in the first half for the Irish. Foul called. Right on cue, Coach, with the kick.
Yeah, it's really been a struggle here. Other than the three-point line, it's been a really struggle because the Irish have, other than, you know, getting the ball to Davis, they have not been able to establish the paint very well at all.
Yardis White's third foul. He'll take a seat. Now a foul on the other side. Another foul. Goal against Western Michigan, this time Owen Lopsinger. His first of the day, one of the few that has touched the floor for this team. And then another foul is going to come, and it's going to be Titus Wright this time.
Again, just simple things and making sure that you're not using your hips or your knees on these ball screens or screens away from the basket. Got a good look here.
Nesny for the three. Davis comes down with the rebound. Burton trying to drive in. Stutter steps, get fouled.
Again, being able to have presence of mind that as he drove the basket there, he didn't have any room to put it up with his right hand. So he had to create something a little different. Switched over to the left hand, drew the foul. Just a really heads-up play by the freshman guard.
And exactly. Freshman guard is the key word I want to emphasize here. Being a freshman and making plays like that.
That's why he's Indiana Mr. Basketball player. You know, he's grown up playing with really good people, against really good people, and, you know, his size has created a situation where you have to be a creative scorer, and that's what he's done in his career.
Takes second after missing the first. Now, if you're Western Michigan, what are you saying here to try and get your team rolling here in the second half?
I think, again, to start off, you've got to get the ball back inside where you were before. So you got to post up right, like right here. Again, he is just a load inside, and the Irish really don't have an answer for him at all.
And now Kerry Booth picks up his fourth foul of the day. That means he'll go to the bench. Matt Zona will be in.
So you can see, again, as a coaching staff now, you're going to be talking a lot about getting it into that big number 22 and giving him opportunities to post up big and get easy looks inside. There's another foul.
But now will be coming on Booth's replacement, Zona.
Yes. And, you know, there's, again, that was displacement used by number 25, Zona from Notre Dame. You just got to play heads up. You got to get good ankles, and then you just got to play solid defense. Doubling.
And Monegro can't hit the three.
Now that's the poison you got to pick. I think they made a wise decision by doubling Wright, making sure that he has to give it up. Now you got to really scramble out there and defend the three.
So bounce passes it to Burton. Roper. It's the nylon on it.
Again, that's set up by the freshman guard, attacking the gap, finding the man open, allowing him to knock open that three-point shot.
What a pure shot from Julia Roper.
Yes, got a big one right before half as well. We need to make sure we don't forget. Mismatch inside.
Hubbard into the lane, tries to float it into the basket. Loose ball, still loose. Roper trying to go coast to coast, and it finishes with the slam.
Effort, absolute effort there by the veteran guard. Another key situation here. Are you going to be able to get the ball back inside, get a good look, see if the Irish will double again?
Hubbard. Roper all over him. And then a miscommunication. Burton will try and go all the way. Hits the spin underneath, has it blocked, but a foul call. a big three from Julian Roper.
Yeah, here's a great kick out right there. You know, Coach Shrewsberry right away recognizes his freshman guard, and then just effort. Coach Shrewsberry says, we don't want to coach effort. It's got to be there every game. There's a great example of just an effort play gets you an easy bucket.
Roper transferring in from Northwestern.
I mean, you know, the thing that a lot of young people don't realize, you can have so many skills, but coaches don't have to make you play hard. That's on you. And so you've got to play hard every night, every practice. That's the only way you deserve time on the floor.
Jai comes back on to the floor for Notre Dame.
Again, they took that substitution matchup when Wright comes out, then they have the flexibility to rotate in another big. Again, key minutes here. Another major turnover.
And just tried to force the pass a little too much.
They tried to seal inside, but you know, just was a pass that was way over the top.
Only the Broncos' 5th turnover so far today, though.
Yes.
Like Coach Stevens said, he wanted to try and slow down, but Tae Davis trying to pick back up the speed again, brings it in to cash the points. Timeout from Dwayne Stevenson's bench. And it really goes to show you, 68.7 points per game at home, and then on the road it falls to 56.8.
And I think there's a reason why. I think when you've got a young team, there's two things that happen. One, you're playing on the road against really good people, and you're playing on the road. Those two things happen. And for especially a young team, you're in a different routine, you're traveling, you've got to get down to Miami, you got to get back, you're going to South Carolina, you're going all over the place, and that's a different routine. When you get home, this is where you practice every day, so you're going to have better luck. And again, maybe a little different quality of team here early in the season.
But Shrewsberry even echoed, he hasn't unpacked his bag yet.
No, he hasn't. From New York.
Yeah, from New York.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these guys have been on the road.
Clock goes in and gets the basket.
And that's a good situation coming out of a timeout, going in a set, getting a good look. And the young man really attacked the basket well and finished. And he's the one I want to see shoot free throws yet this game, because he's really struggled from the line.
Yeah, Crump, 8.7% from the free throw line, 2 for 23 on the season. Jai trying to back it in. Roper is there, though, for the putback.
What a really strong guard and the opportunities that gives him to get to the offensive glass.
Roper now with 12 points for the Fighting Irish. Just being a little more methodical in their offense. White can't get the roll.
Great rebound. Notre Dame is forcing Western Michigan to really look at pull-up jump shots rather than threes or post-ups, and that's exactly what the defense is set up for Notre Dame. Keep them away from the three.
Burton for 3.
There we go.
Markus Burton with a big 3.
Great challenge now. And the Broncos have to come back and get in an offensive look. Been pretty stagnant in a 4-1 look here, and not been able to get anything going inside.
They're going to let Crump take the shot. Goes out of bounds. Notre Dame on a 15-2 scoring run over the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They're finding their shot here in Purcell.
Tonight has been one of those where he's knocked down threes. He's been able to attack the rim and then get offensive rebounds. So he's a veteran. He's a strong player. He's been around. He's played in the Big Ten. And you got to be able to count on him to lead this team, because everybody else, it's all new. And he has been through it all.
Tied for the team lead with 12 points with Tae Davis. Shrewsberry back onto the court for the Irish. Burton swings it off.
Great ball.
Shrewsberry
Great ball fake.
Tried to go underneath. Loose ball. And Jai gets fouled.
Again, I can't emphasize enough, and again, the coach made the ball fake, the pump fake, and you know, you see that in Shrewsberry where he's a coach's kid that just has a great feel of when to fake and get to the rim, when to not fake and take the shot, and that's a great skill set.
I can't make first. Came into today with 83.3% from the free throw line. Makes second. Big possession here for Western Michigan, Coach.
Well, I think they're at the point now that they've got to get on a run here. They've got to be able to knock down some threes, get back in this game, and they also have got to get some type of inside presence, and they can't just rely on getting offensive rebounds. There you go.
Big response there.
Yes, you know, that was a great offensive set. They stayed spread out. They took care of the ball. They get the ball exactly where they wanted and got a point-blank shot.
Davis. It's off to Roper. Burton sees an opening on the baseline. Tries to get it to Jai. Jai being strong, but loses it trying to go up. Crump. All the way to the basket. Anthony Crump. What a play.
Right. Again, very athletic, very strong, very physical, very long, so he was able to get up and over the defender and get an easy look.
Crump led the team with 12 points back on Friday versus St. Thomas.
Ball fake.
Davis tried to send it down, has it rejected by the rim.
Yeah, that was a little, he needed one more dribble. Transition.
The iron. Davis trying to make up for it. Goes for the layup this time.
You gotta like his game, being able to put the ball on the floor like he can, cover so much space and get to the rim. He is a special athlete for the Irish.
White, mid-range jumper.
Again, if you're going to give up something, you don't want to get the roll. You don't want to give up the three. So again, he did a great job of using a pull-up, and it's a, you know, a shot that the analytics say is a tough shot for anyone to make in college basketball today.
Burton off to Davis.
Look who's coming after them. On the transition here.
White came down with the rebound, passes it off to Hubbard. Agro. Burton. Trying to drive in, one-handed. Davis down with the rebound.
Another good rebound. Having what a game, being able to be able to rebound and defend and then be able to get to the rim. Those are the things that the Irish are going to need to get a better point production as they get closer and closer to just the grind of the ACC, regular conference play. You've got to be able to score in the ACC.
This is some basketball. Hubbard tries to go up for it, gets fouled along the way. Tae Davis having himself a day. Had a career night on Saturday, starting to pick up the pace here. Euroing.
How do you defend this young man, because he has just been on the boards. You know, he's what, 6 for 7 from the field. He's one of the best field goal percentage shooters in the MAC. And this next 11 minutes, they need to get him a lot of touches.
Hubbard makes the first free throw.
This is a spot again, as a coach, you want to see your young team develop and recognize either if you're down by 12 or up by 12, to be able to figure it out and be able to get great possessions here and either extend the lead if you're Notre Dame or cash in and getting this game back underneath 10 points. So these next 4 or 5 minutes are very, very important for both teams as they're young and they're still trying to figure out how to win games.
Times to Shrewsberry. Going on the top of the key, hands it off to Imes. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 2 seconds. Booth with the fadeaway three off the iron. Zona stepped out of bounds, go Broncos' way.
Yeah, here's the question that I ask everybody as a coach. When your point guard's not in the game, who's going to create offense? And, I think that's been the Davis and the Burton not being on the floor. Who's going to create offense?
Who's creating offense for the Broncos is Titus Wright right there.
What a great game. I mean, he has just played solid at both ends of the floor. Critical time, I really believe this for Notre Dame, to find out who's going to be able to score here until we get to the 8-minute mark.
For the Irish, the only starter on the floor is J.R. Konechny, who tried to drive in there.
Yeah. And now he's going to be able to get to the free throw line, which again is another great opportunity to score. You don't always have to put the points in by the paint or the three-point line. Get to the free throw line. That's something that Notre Dame has struggled with all year, is creating points from the line.
Notre Dame coming in was 330th in free throw attempts, averaging 14.4 free throw attempts per game.
Yeah. And
NCAA Division I schools is 351.
Yes.
You're near the bottom of the ranks.
Yeah.
You got to get to the line. Those are free points.
Yes, it is. And, that there's two issues there. It's very obvious, and the Notre Dame staff could tell you, well, we don't really have a post presence where we got a big man that we're going to get the ball to that's going to create foul situations. And the other thing is that they've got three-point shooters, and so they're not just going to be constantly attacking the basket on the dribble.
JR makes the first.
But, yeah, you've got to be able to create that, because there's going to be lulls in the game where you have to get to the free throw line and knock in shots. And, as you get into conference play, everybody's going to know everything you do. And so being able to create, get to the line, and get easy baskets is going to help the production of the Irish. And they need that offensive production because they're playing solid at the defensive end.
Lane violation on Titus Wright results in a redo of the free throw here for J.R. Konechny.
I used to do that in the backyard if I missed a free throw. I always have somebody in a lane violation to get an extra free throw. I don't know if anybody else in the backyard used to do that, but I did. And I missed a lot of shots, but there was a lot of dumb lane violations by the missing person. Wow, that is a great pull-up shot. Again, he has hit 2 of those as he's coming off that screen. That is hard to hit that shot.
Imes to Shrewsberry. Now down to Jai. Konechny, contested 3.
Transition.
Quickly pushing is White. He pulls out, passes to Hubbard. Booth down with the rebound.
That was a good look, and fortunate if you're Notre Dame that didn't ball go in. Your best three-point shooter had a perfect look.
Booth hands it off to Shrewsberry. That calls back for Imes.
And Irish struggling.
Booth from deep, off the front of the iron. Michigan's got it back within 10.
Yeah, and here they go. If they get a bucket here, this is anybody's game again. And so they have fought themselves right back into the game.
Big 3. Wright can't come down with the rebound. Imes does for the Irish. See Lane stuck underneath.
Western Michigan's had 2 great looks.
Booth gets fouled.
Yeah, I really like that possession. Not settling for a 3. Booth puts the ball on the floor, and he's got that athletic ability where he didn't settle. His early career, he settled, but here he puts it on the floor, gets it up there nice and soft with the right hand, draws a foul, and again, there's what we're talking about. Get to the free throw line for these easy baskets.
Booth shoots 61% from the charity stripe. Can't make the and 1. Notre Dame leading by 12. White brings it across midcourt.
See if they get the ball into Wright here.
Hubbard for three, and it's a big three.
Yes.
For this Broncos team.
There's a shooter for you. He had a wide open look, 2 possessions going, missed it, came right back, had no fear, did not think about missing, and hit another big shot. So the Irish are going to have to really know where he is at all times.
Stepped out of bounds. Go the other way, but it'll be a timeout from Coach Shrewsberry. Western Michigan making a push. They're within single digits of the Irish.
You're looking for as a coach, you're looking for balance, so you just don't have 1 or 2 players having responsibility to score. And you know, the scoring has been a challenge for Notre Dame, and it's going to continue to be that way. But when you get more balance with more people involved, you know, your point production is going to go up, and it's gradually went up today because you've had great balance by a lot of different people. Inside to right here.
He's got it. It's going to go all the way into the corner to Opsinger, but he'll step out of bounds, and that's an unforced turnover that you just really can't afford if you're the Broncos at this time.
That drives coaches nuts because that line has not moved in 100 years. The side out of bounds line, and you see
it's still there.
Veteran players step out of bounds, and I think, wait a minute, you practice with that line there. It's there all the time. We've had 2 situations in this game where people have stepped on the sidelines, and it's just, you think, wait, it doesn't move.
Giant underneath into the paint.
Yeah.
Spin move hits it.
That's a great post up there. Faked over one shoulder, then went right back to his left shoulder, and he had his balance there, and no answer by the Broncos.
Right. Can't convert. A few times heard that tonight. Titus Wright.
Gotta get right into your offensive here. Gotta get moving. Don't want to let the shot clock get down under 10.
Davis off to Konechny. Foul will be called against Hubbard. Guys post up.
Yeah, you know, wanting the basketball is so important as a big. You know, if you don't want the ball bigs, you're not going to get it. So you got to be what I call a hungry receiver. Demand the ball. Get your hand up there, fight off with one hand, call with the other, be a hungry receiver, get the ball, and look for opportunities to score.
That's neat.
Again, by attacking the basket there, the Irish were able to get to the free throw line. And if you look at this game, from this point on, it's going to be 2 free throws. And that's huge for the last, 6.5 minutes of play.
Makes them both.
Yep.
And the Broncos with White as their point guard, looking to try and make something happen, but a foul called against Shrewsberry.
Yeah.
Shrewsberry's first. All the team's 4th.
Yeah, so again, they're in a great situation, the Irish, but I'm looking here for Wright or Hubbard to create a great opportunity to get a bucket. Or that guy is now pulled up and hit 3 tough pull-up mid-range jump shots.
White hits it there. Off the big screen by right on the top of the key. Esdy.
Don't want the ball to stick. You got to keep the ball moving. Another great take.
Davis trying to go in. Transition basketball. Is it too far for Lobsinger? Keeps it inbounds. Konechny picks it up.
Irish on the transition here. Find a 3-point shooter.
Hopper to the corner. Shrewsberry hits the rim and it sends it home.
That's a shooter's touch there. That just nestled in. But again, that was a great situation where you had easy bucket potential one way, coming back the other way, getting a 3. Another turnover.
Loose ball, no whistle. Roper sets it down.
They need a timeout.
There'll be a timeout from Coach Dwayne Stevens. It was a lot happening. It was transition. Ultimately winning up. Western Michigan can't convert. Opsinger keeping it inbounds.
And here we go. Just looking for the open player, and the shooter is going to find a place. And there he is.
It's Shrewsberry knocking it down.
You know, I look at that play, replay of that. I think the Irish got a breakthrough. They stepped on the end bound on the saving. The ball should have been dead for the Irish underneath the basket. But I'm sure they'll take it because that ended up being a great situation. And another turnover, and then this has been his second opportunity to finish what they've done. And the Irish have been able to expand this lead in the last 3 possessions. Again, taking care of the basketball, hitting your free throws, playing solid defense has been really the chemistry that has worked really well for Notre Dame here in the last 5 minutes.
See it there for the Irish. 4 of 4 of their last field goals.
Again, you're looking at what Notre Dame has done very, very well all year, and they've defended well. And you know, you're sitting here with 55 points if you're Western Michigan, and that's just really solid team defense.
Hubbard hits nylon for a big 3. Davis will bring it across half court for the Irish. Davis back to the top of the key. Drives in, kicks off. Shrewsberry driving in again, going right to the basket. Braeden Shrewsberry.
It's a great take when your three-point shooter attacks the rim like that and gets an easy basket. It makes it so much harder for the defense.
Opsinger. Nesny comes down with the rebound for the Irish. Shrewsberry pulls up for 3. Can't get it. Jai is there, body's falling everywhere, and a foul finally comes.
Yeah, you know, again, if you're a three-point shooter, just don't be one-dimensional. Again, here's just a great example where he sees an open lane and goes straight to the rim and gets a good, easy shot. And that's just going to complement as more and more people do scouting. Say he has the ability to break the defense down and go to the rim, so you got to play him honest.
First, moving his night to 3 for 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's consistently been a solid free throw shooter, and I think that's so important for a big that's going to get fouled. You got to be able to get to the line and make the free throws.
Makes the second. Right, hands it off to Hubbard. Anna. To Hubbard.
You got to lock in on Hubbard if you're defensive for the Irish.
Getting double teamed, pulls up the contested. And the trio of Irish knock it out of bounds. It'll stay Broncos' way.
You got to live with that, though, as your coach. You got 3 players fighting for the defensive rebound. The ball just goes out of bounds. But, you know, that's just an effort issue, and you got to live with that.
But don't know it's your own team, coach.
Yeah. That's, you got to be saying it's my ball, my ball, my ball. You don't want to have all 3 of them. Again, here's a great example where the Irish are going to be really strong at the defensive end. And, you know, the thing that you want to do as we get to this break is keep them off the free throw line.
Guy called for the foul. That sends us to our media timeout. What can Western Michigan cook up in the media timeout? They got to take on Marquette.
Yep.
And then they got to double that with Georgetown. Some Big East games to start, and then favor it off with Citadel and Marist, and then you open up conference play on a more regular basis with UVA.
Yeah, you know, I look at the next game up, and you got to think as a coach, you're going to get Marquette, who's a team that's one of the top teams really in the country. Dr. Smart's done an incredible job of building that program. That's going to be a great challenge for the young Irish team.
Anna. Burton. The Crump. Rattles around, can't go. Hannah with the putback. Effort.
Full court pressure here. Nope, they're backing up.
15 points the Broncos are to the Irish. With under 4 minutes left to play. Davis, strong to the basket.
Yeah, he's had just an outstanding game. And, I think the Irish are finding that how can you play without Markus Burton in the game? And they've responded to it.
A response from Beardis White for 3.
He has had a really strong second half, shooting the basketball and defending. And there's going to be good things for him down the road for sure.
Davis gets fouled going to the basket.
Yeah, and again, he knows he can get to the rim, and his defender knows he can get to the rim, so that makes it really, really tough. But, the thing that when you look at Western Michigan, we're going to talk about they love to get to the offensive boards. And it's just a 1-2 situation there where a shot goes, and if you don't get a body on the jerseys of the Broncos, they're going to get it. They're going to find a way to get offensive boards.
Just can't make the first. Now right back onto the floor. Seems to always be going well for the Broncos when Wright is on the floor.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally sound basketball.
Yeah, I just really think if in the future you got to be looking for Wright to be playing more minutes if all possible. And again, he has really been a load inside throughout the entire game. And, he shows why he's a high percentage player because he gets to the rim all the time.
Stay Western Michigan's way after it went off the foot. Kept dry.
Again, this isn't just mop-up time. There's lots of time here for both teams to get better. And so you don't want to see this last 2 minutes become sloppy at either end.
Trying to turn the corner. Unsuccessful with Davis once again coming down with him.
I can't say enough about Davis tonight. He has just been so solid and playing with so much confidence that Notre Dame really needs from him at the rebounding end and the also offensive end because he can put points on the board and he has done a great job tonight of doing both those things.
Davis is 1 rebound away from a double-double, 17 points so far, 9 rebounds.
He just has a dimension that the Irish really need, a big player in his position that can play small forward or big guard.
Hannah puts up a 3, but foul called. 2 teams attempted for the rebound. Jai will be called on his 4th. Markus Burton comes back on the floor. Burton has 4 fouls himself.
There we go. Number 3 tonight, where we've had a player step on the side out of bounds. So that line has not moved yet. It still has not moved, but
watching that in film, Coach?
Somebody can explain that to me, but that just drives coaches nuts. Like, that line does not move. We've had 3 times. You don't see NBA players step on the line very much.
Burton with the strong finish.
Yes, again, that's just his game. He's got incredible body control.
Right. Kicks it off. Davis. Up to Burton, will get fouled. Great job by Markus Burton to draw the foul.
Yes, again, he just has that knack, that feeling. You recognize that he's in a position where the defender is off his feet, so just a little pump fake and lets him jump into him. And now he has a chance to get to the free throw line. He's so crafty. And beyond his years, really, as a freshman, he's beyond his years of understanding, knowing the game. And, I give his high school coach, Coach Al Rhodes, who's a Hall of Fame coach, high school coach in the state of Indiana, that has worked with him and developed him and allowed his basketball IQ to get better.
Taking a look at who the Broncos have coming up here in their near future. Got a big one against Youngstown State back home in Kalamazoo, and start picking up action play.
Yeah, there's the same situation. Now it gets real serious. Once you get done with finals, boy, now it gets into serious conference play for both these teams, and that separates, you know, the good from the great.
Singer can't make the three.
I think he took that rebound away from Davis, or he'd have that triple-double.
Don't worry, Davis made the rebound on the transition, got the triple-double tonight, 17-10.
And he's going to get a bucket here.
Strong finish, 19 points now for Tae Davis.
And again, a great entry pass by Burton, who's just seeing the floor very, very well tonight for Notre Dame.
Asney comes down with the rebound. Looks like both teams will just let the clock play out here.
Yeah, I think that when we grade out the Irish, I think Coach Shrewsberry is going to give a better grade than we talked about so far. I think tonight he's found his team grow up a lot. They've done those things that he's asked them to do, and they put points on the board, and they've defended very, very well. So hats off to the Irish and the coaching staff of Notre Dame.
Burton hits the mid-range. Firing on all cylinders tonight offensively. Quickly to the basket is Monegro.
Gonna walk this one out. The Irish got to feel very good about coming back and getting a win after tough road games. Last two games on the road.
Irish win 86-65 in a Midwest showdown.